Hello everyone, today we're going to compare the Mesa Throttle Box versus the MXR 5150, and we're going to see which one is the true high gain winner. I compared the 5150 against the Wampler Dracaris, I believe, quite a long time ago, so it'd be interesting how the throttle box does against the 5150. I used to own a Mesa a long time ago. It was a single rectifier, so I've always been kind of keen towards the Mesa distortion, so here we go. So here is the Mesa throttle box, and here is the MXR 5150. Now, the two things that this has that the Mesa doesn't is one, a boost button, which kind of acts like having a boost in front, and a noise gate. So first I'm going to turn, I usually like having the boost on in this, but I'm going to turn it off. I want to show you with and without the boost so you can hear the differences. So here is without the boost. And then here is with the boost. And let's do a little chugga chugga with it so you can hear that. So it's tighter and a little bit more gain. So now how does that boost sound compared to adding a real boost? So here it is with the boost in, and I want to disengage it, turn on the super overdrive, and see how they compare. So looks like it needs to be darker. So let's turn the tone down. So let's try it again. Let's try it with the chuggas. Sounds like the super overdrive is adding a little bit more mids. So that's the EVH. I do think I prefer it with its stock boost. And here it is one last time. Okay, so now we're going to compare it to the Mesa, and I'm going to try to use the Mesa without the boost, and then maybe I'll compare it with the boost. But I like the EVH. It's very versatile because the boost, you can actually try to turn it off and use some lower gain stuff, but like, you know, we're not here for that, are we? So here we go. This is just going to be the EVH with the boost on versus the Mesa, and then maybe I'll do the EVH with the boost off versus the Mesa just to do two comparisons. So here we go. Now with the boost off. So as you can hear, the Mesa is a bit noisier, but that's because of the noise gate. Usually live, you know, you don't really hear that little extra noise. But if you're a bedroom warrior, you can hear it a lot. Like, look at that. Wow, that's loud, isn't it? But if you're jamming with a bunch of people in the garage or playing at a club, it's not that bad. And if anything, you can just buy a noise gate if it really bugs you. But that still gives an advantage here to the EVH. Now, both distortions are based off different amps, so they're going to sound a little different. So that's just the way it is. But if I got to pick, let's go into this a little further. I do love the Mesa sound, but it does feel like it's not as gainy as this. So I'm going to do this with the boost versus this with that, with the super overdrive. And here we go. In fact, let me compare this with and without the overdrive just so you can hear it. So yeah, I do like it better. It's a little tighter. But yeah, basically what these two are, they're based off of two different amps. So it's like you're essentially getting two different things. I think for higher gain, more modern metal, I think more people use a 5150. The Mesa, like I forgot what the video was, but this guy literally takes this throttle box and goes through almost every famous song that used a rectifier, from the Foo Fighters to, you know, he did a bunch of them, and it just, this thing does it. This has the recto sound. And for me, when I'm recording directly, I use a 5150 on one side and I like to use a Mesa on the other, and I like how both of those amps, they complement each other. It feels like whatever frequencies a 5150 doesn't have, the Mesa fills in. And this feels more tighter, this feels more looser, and it just together, it kind of just makes a nice, beautiful package. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this and have a good one.